Hello everyone. How are you, my pub smashers? Welcome back. I'm your host, Andy Shademan. And welcome to a small video, a small, how you say this, like condensed version of the podcast. I did not film a full episode this week because my mom is visiting. She came all the way from Germany to celebrate her birthday. And I have been just extremely busy with her at this moment. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give her all the time that she needs, and like do whatever she wants to do. She's gonna be here for just like a couple weeks. And if you have family that doesn't live here, especially your parents, that you have to go all the way out. Am I right? So yeah, we're just doing all of that. Yesterday we celebrate her birthday. I took her to some of her favorite spots, have some good food, some good gifts, dessert, cake, all the things that we usually do. And it is what it is, and also I have a normal life, so I still have to go work, do all the things, right? Today is they're celebrating, well, not celebrating, but they are doing that LA marathon thing here in Los Angeles, which, girl, it is so annoying. I just don't get it. I mean, look, I'm not a sports person. I actually don't really exercise that much, but I don't get why you have to collapse a city just because some people wants to run. What's the point of that? You want to run, go, you have miles of beach here in LA. Can you just do it over there? Just go and run like crazy from side to side. I just don't get it. I don't get it, Or rent one of those places that you can just go around and around and around, and run like crazy, do 1,000 loops if you want to, but the whole thing of oh, I need to run across the city and collapse the whole city, every single one of my friends who is working today have been late to their jobs because it is impossible. It is impossible. Today usually takes me 30 minutes to get to my job. I have been driving for an hour because I have to take every single little detour because the main streets, they just need to be closed. It does not make any sense. I'm so sorry. But hopefully, I mean, it is just for today, and hopefully they don't do another one for a very long time because dumb. Anyways, guys, how are you? Pop culture does not stop. I think this week was a perfect example of it. And I think one of the big things that everyone just keeps talking about right now that is getting very big was the fact that Miss Britney Spears but she got arrested for a DUI. I know, girl. Look, I love Britney. I am my household is a Britney household. If you are here from my husband's channel, you know that he completely loves and adores Britney Spears, and I love her, not to the same level, but I love her. I have been to her concerts before. We went to her residency in Las Vegas, we went to the experience, the whole thing, right? And we always really love her, and we support always the Free Britney movement. And I do believe 100% that she was being held, a slave, and that she was what I think is that Britney does have mental issues. I think that is the truth. She said it herself. I think she's bipolar, or she has other things. I think the problem was that her family took advantage of that to medicate her, over medicate her, and to exploit her, because none of them couldn't have another job, right? So the only one who needed to provide for the whole family needed to be Britney. I think that's what happened, and now finally she got free from the conservatorship. But I think we're dealing with a woman that never had control over her own life, right? Even people who are actually suffering from bipolarness, or any other mental health issues, and they have to go into prescription medicine, right? They have to learn by themselves how to do that, because many times you're not going to have someone making sure that you are taking your pills, making sure that you are aware of the symptoms, aware of the situations. It's just the way it's going to be. It's always like that. So and they took that away from Britney. Britney wasn't until so much control that no one never taught her how to control her mental health as well. How are you supposed to go through the process when no one is there to teach you the actual way? Now I believe that now she's by herself, and just like social media, that she literally had to learn by herself how social media actually works, she's also doing it with that. So apparently the problem is that she stopped taking her medicine, and then when you stop taking your medicine and maybe you have some drinks or whatever, it really mess you up, and then she was driving and she was pulled over, and then she was arrested for the DUI. Now this DUI is not like she was completely wasted. It's not like she was high on weed or cocaine or anything like that, right? So we all know exactly what happened over here. It was just like a mix of like weird things, right? And they couldn't find anything else. People don't think that she's actually gonna be doing any jail or anything. This is the first time that Britney gets arrested for a DUI, and usually first timers doesn't really get go sent to jail or anything like that. I think she's probably gonna be sent to a program. Actually, she was sent to like a program where she's gonna have to do like a lot of like detox and redoing the whole thing. A lot of people were talking about, maybe she's not fine, maybe she actually needs a conservatorship, maybe she actually needs someone to be on top of her. I believe that it is a little bit of like a 50-50 situation. Again, I think we're dealing with a woman who has never been taught how to actually take care of herself, right? So I do believe that maybe she does need someone, but only on that, and that person cannot be her family. Her family has been proved to be untrustworthy, like her family is really bad. I think the only one is maybe his brother, but like her sister, her father, all of those people, it's not good. It's really not good, and I think someone who really have Britney's best interest needs to be doing that, and only related to her mental well-being. I don't want anyone touching her money. I don't want anyone touching her contracts, her movie deal, book deal, like any of that, because that is going to give them some kind of power over Britney's life again, and I don't think that's what she needs right now. But I do believe that she needs to be taught how to live in this world with your mental situation, why it is important for you to take these pills, how to recognize if the pills are working on it or not, when to actually call your doctor, that maybe you need to be in therapy, at least once or twice a week, all of that, like she needs to be pushed to do that. I do believe it, but it cannot be by her family. Now apparently her manager is also gonna be taking care a lot of these situations, and that's someone that Britney really trusts a lot, and I think it's the right move. I feel bad. I think at the end of the day, Britney is such a powerful woman who went through so much, who is still going through so much, still trying to put her family together, and life keep throwing her these like weird ball curves, and she's all by herself trying to make the best of it. I really hope that her sons are rallying around her. You know, I know one of the sons is really close to her. um you know, I mean, I feel that it's very hard to have any opinions around, you know, Britney's life, because we have never been into like her same situation. You know what I mean? So I really want to wish her the best for her. I really want her to be okay. I really want her to feel love and to feel that she matters, you know, in this world as well. So yeah, that's what is going on with Miss Britney Spears so far. Let me know what you guys think on the comments below. Now, if you want to talk a little bit, let's talk a little bit about, you know, Selena Gomez, you know, Benny Blanco. Last week especially, there was a lot of talk around town, because I mean, honestly, sometimes I feel like people just take things so far that I'm like, are you okay? Like, who hurt you, babe? You know, initially, I think this was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, Benny Blanco did his podcast, you know, and he went on, and the whole, like, not the whole world, but like a bunch of haters lose their shit because Benny Blanco's feet were, you know, dirty and they were black. And I was like, what? You know? I think there is a portion of Selena Gomez fan who really want the best for her. And there is another portion of Selena Gomez fans who are just weirdly obsessed with Selena Gomez, you know, and who do not approve of Benny Blanco. And there are, of course, the people who are still, you know, caught up into the whole Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber situation, you know. And it's just like weird, right? And then they really went hard against Benny Blanco for his feet, you know, like, oh, that's disgusting. He hasn't, who knows when was the last time that he bathe, Latino moment, you know, take a shower, you know, stuff like that, making assumptions, doing like all of the kind of shit. And I'm like, girl, you could spend an hour in the shower in the morning and walk to your living room and get your feet dirty again. It's not really that big of a deal, you know, especially late in the day. You know, this was not 7 a.m. when he filmed that podcast anyways. And it was so far that even like Benny Blanco went to, like, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, one of those, you know, and have to show his feet, you know, and say like, oh, look, they're so clean, you know. And then Selena Gomez went on another episode and she literally went on and kissed his feet, you know. And I think it is so funny that people think that they have a saying into other, like, what other people like or not, or how they behave, you know. I feel like that's the number one problem in this world, is like people constantly wanting to make other people do what they think is right. I think that's the root of every single problem, you know. If someone doesn't do the exact same shit that you do, then it is wrong, then it is a problem, and there is no tolerance for absolutely anything else. And I think that is such a horrible thing to do, you know. If this person doesn't eat this way, if this person doesn't take showers this way, if this person doesn't, you know, goes to church or whatever, you know, like it is so annoying that humans, so many humans, think that they have the right to tell other people what to do or how to behave. I found it weird and wild, you know. I think you should be able to look into yourself and being like, why is this really bothering you? What is your trauma? Why don't you work on your trauma before trauma dumping that in other people? It is not other people's fault. Every single person has the right to live the way that they want to live, to treat their bodies the way that they want to treat their bodies, you know, to do whatever they want to do, you know. So it's a lot of, like, it's a lack of introspection, you know. It's a lack of, like, not looking into yourself. And I'm not saying that I am perfect. I think, like, of course there are things that I sometimes I look into other people and I'm like, oh my god, these people are so dumb, why are they not doing it this way, you know. I mean, a perfect example, like I watch Housewife, I watch Bravo, you know, and part of watching reality TV is constantly, you know, screaming at the TV because they are not doing things the way that you think are the right way, you know. And also that's why there are so much division, because, you know, some people think that, you know, oh, this person should have done this, and another people say like, oh no, they should have done this way, you know. I think we all go into the same category, but I think if we are aware, you can criticize, you know, you can like, you don't have to like how other people's live their lives, you know, but you have to respect, you know, you have to respect what other people decide to do with their life, because it is not your damn problem. It doesn't matter if it's your neighbor, your friend, your parents, your kids, anyone, you know, your aunt, your grandmother. Like, no, you do not have the right to tell absolutely anyone how to live their life, no matter how painful it is for you, you know, because that's just the way the world should work. And I think if people would do that, we will live in so much peace. Every single word. Look at all of the shit that is happening in the world right now. All of the wars, all of the shit. And what is the actual root of that? People from, at this point, every single religion trying to tell other religions how to live their fucking lives. And all of them are to blame, you know? Like, it's insane. I don't know, you know. So like, returning to pop culture, you know, and talking to you about this, I'm happy for Selena Gomez for standing up for her man, you know. We all have seen how much in love Selena Gomez is of, you know, Benny Blanco. She gave her life to him. She wants the best for him, and he wants the best for her, you know. Selena Gomez is a person that also has, you know, mental health problems, you know, and she's dealing with it, and she's learning to live with it, you know. And she has, you know, the luck in the world to have someone to her side who understands her and who wants the best for her, and who is constantly helping her to, you know, be the best. So they complement each other. So who gives a shit if he is not taking a bath every day, or if his feet were dirty? Like, who really cares, right? I don't know. It is so weird and wild. Weird and wild, you know. That is the word of the day, honestly. Anyways, so yeah, that happened. And anyways, talking about, you know, disappointments in life. You know, Nicole Kidman and Kate Urban, they, you know, they are divorcing. Very sad. I actually used to love them together. I mean, we all know that there is no love in Hollywood anymore. Although there is a new couple that I am obsessed with. Before I give you the Nicole Kidman tea, girl, Jennifer Aniston and his new boyfriend, that I do not remember the name right now. Go and Google it, guys. They look so good together. I love Jennifer Aniston, and she's such a beautiful human being, and I'm obsessed. I always wanted to see her, like, you know, always wanted to have a family. It never really happened for her, and I think at this point of her life, you know, she just wants to have love. And I have always, you know, because the whole Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie situation, all of that was so hard on her. And then, you know, she was with, what was his name? Justin something, you know. And it was always such a mess, you know. And now she's with this guy, and everyone around her is saying that this is the real deal, that they are so happy together. I mean, the pictures that we have seen from paparazzis and everything, they just look so much in love. I really, really hope that this is good for her, and that, you know, they broke the Hollywood curse, honestly. But anyways, you know, I used to love Nicole Kidman and Kate Urban, and how do you say that? Irrecognizable, no, differences. Well, you know, that was the reason, and that usually means that someone cheated. And there has been so many rumors about, you know, Kate Urban, you know, that he cheated with another woman, you know, and all of that. it really, I'm like, damn, like why? I mean, you have an amazing woman like Nicole Kidman, you know, next to you, and you still like a beautiful woman like Nicole Kidman, and you still decided to go and cheated on her. That's like the definition right there, that, you know, some people will never be happy with what they have. You know, it's just going to be like that. You can have the most beautiful woman, the most beautiful man next to you, like shit just is gonna happen. It's insane, you know. I'm like, this is why I'm such a big, you know, defender of like open relationship, of open marriages, you know, because at least you're not cheating, you know, at least you're like in an agreement, you know, and you know what you're doing, and it is what it is, right? But when they decided to be sneaky, you know, and to do all of that, it's so, you know, like, it's just like love died in Hollywood. Like, it's very sad. But anyways, Nicole Kidman's and Kid Urban's daughter is coming forward, you know, saying how proud she is of her mom, and how her mom is basically her biggest inspiration in the world. That should tell you everything right there, you know. I mean, once, I think, usually, you know, your kids, they're gonna choose the right person, you know. And I think they probably saw so much shit happening behind closed doors, you know. It's like, look at what happened with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. I mean, the fact that Brad Pitt ended up being such a horrible father and husband, it's so wild to me, you know. It's like, okay, you can be a great actor, but you are a disgusting human. You literally were abusive. You literally did all that shit to your own kids, your wife. Like, girl, you know, you never know. Girl, you never know what is happening with all of these, like, actors and actresses. I mean, because there are also some actresses that are like batshit crazy. You know what I mean? Like, some people are like just insane. I mean, I know, like, in order to be an actor, you still have to be like a little bit cuckoo, you know. But girl, I mean, some people are just plain bad. And the worst part is, I feel that sometimes the badder you are, the better platform you're gonna get. It's like you get reward, honestly. So I don't know. I think we should like change the way that we treat these people in Hollywood sometimes, you know. Because look, Brad Pitt did that F1 movie, and he's literally nominated for an Oscar. I mean, it's just like wild that you could be such a bad person, but then you can have such a good skill, like acting. You know what I mean? Tell me that life is just not wild sometimes. I mean, tell me that that it's not fair. I feel that sometimes life is not fair, you know, and I think we all have gone through the same, you know, people who get a lot of money and they don't deserve to have all that money, people that get all of these opportunities and they don't deserve to get those opportunities, you know. But anyways, I mean, at the end of the day, I think you just move on and you keep living life, I guess, because what else are you supposed to do, you know? Like, if we have to work, we have to work. If we have to, like, you know, do shit, we do shit, because what else are we supposed to do in this life, girl? You know what I mean? Anyways, that's it, guys. I just wanted it. I mean, this is not like an official podcast or anything. I just wanted it to come here, take advantage that I have a little bit of time with this freaking LA marathon that was happening, going around, and just like vent a little bit, you know, talk a little bit about what is happening out there. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a Q&A or something, and soon, you know. So like, I probably will do like an official post or something. But if you have any questions for me, just let me know in the comments below, right? And also leave me all of your comments about all of this shit that is happening, you know, Britney Spears, Selena Gomez, Jennifer Aniston, Nicole Kidman, like all of it. Just let me know all of it, you know. And yeah, guys, I will come back soon with like my official podcast, you know. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and share this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I love you. If you want all the tea related to the Bravo verse, because you know that my main thing is Bravo, go and subscribe to my other YouTube channel, The Real Andy of Beverly Hills. I spill the tea on Bravo every single day over there. And yeah, you can follow me also on my social media. You can find me on TikTok and on Instagram as Bravo by the Real Andy. I love you guys, and I'll see you around. See ya. Bye.